What's up, party people? I'm Berk Hawk, and this is Rock Talk. Today, we're with Finger 11. That's right, Finger 11. We are strong, but we're dumb. Look for this interview. That's terrible. This interview. Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, Finger 11. What's up, party people? I'm Berk Hawk, and this is Rock Talk. Today, I'm joined by...
I'm James Black from Finger 11.
Yes,
and
you are.
Blackie Jackett Jr.
Yes, you are. Before we get into the Finger 11, is there any, giving the guys, pulling the out of them about, you know what, I got 2 awards, you got 1. For yourself and Rick, you guys got the Hamilton Award as well, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah?
You know, yeah. We flex that all the time.
Yeah, you're in the bus,
Hey.
just like, hey.
Yeah, whenever we're having a very heated debate amongst band members, we like to pull out the old Hammy Award.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? I think the tie is settled.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, right now, well, not right now, you guys came out with a new album in 2015.
Yeah.
What was called?
5 Crooked Lines.
What is 5 Crooked Lines?
5 Crooked Lines. Well, it was taken from a lyric, and the lyric was, as I interpret the lyric, I didn't write it, Scott wrote it, but was that 5 crooked lines, you're just lying there, they're just sort of debris, and then if you arrange them properly, they make a star.
Okay.
And a star is like one of the most glorious things that there are in the universe. So here you've taken something that's spindly and nothingness and turned it into an incredible thing.
So
but
you
then,
got, oh, no.
But then a star is only a star. Then as soon as it becomes a star, it begins to burn out. Yeah. And so eventually, in the poetry would be a star has to fall one day, and then it's about getting it back up there. And it was all sort of a big metaphor about being in a band and making things that like
are gonna burn out.
Go up. No, but
just joking.
well, no. In truth, though, like you make a song that you want to connect with a lot of people.
Yes.
And once that goes up there, it like people are ignited for a while, and then eventually they find something else and they move on. So that comes down. You need to find something else to put up there again.
For sure. No, it makes sense.
So it's
you guys are constantly taking song lyrics and the name Finger 11's from the song lyric as well. Correct?
That's right. Finger 11 was a lyric in a song called Thin Spirits. Yeah. And
One
then
of my personal favorites. We
were just talking about The Grayest of Blue Skies. Our second record was actually stolen from the title of a song that didn't. We recorded a song called The Grayest of Blue Skies for the first record, Tip, and it didn't make it on the record. And then so he took the title of that to be the title of the next record. And then we made the song which became Suffocate with that song.
Wow, that's a great
song.
So
what did I just say? I don't know. Are you allowed
Google
to,
it.
Are you allowed to swear?
Yeah, Google it. Well, I was going to say, swearing, I think on this latest album, there's the most swearing on any other album.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, the one song is sort of hinged on the, it's a song about saying everything and just being like, you know, here it is. I was trying to stay in. I was trying to be a responsible person, but you know what?
For the time, there really wasn't much swearing on Finger 11 albums.
No, and I think it's a choice move that, like, I mean, it's up to Scott really. He sings his words with the greatest conviction. So if he wants to say it this way or that way, that's how he chooses to say it. I think of swearing. I mean, in real life, I'm quite a foul-mouthed person.
I think most
but I do
people are.
I do think in entertainment there's power to it. That you can't use it all the time. Yeah. So when it does show up, when Rage Against the Machine sings it, it's like that's a major thing.
But I think this album is the best piece of work you guys have put out. Hear me out. You got Tip and
I'll gladly hear you out.
Tip and The Grayest of Blue Skies.
Yeah.
To me, kind of similar sound.
Yeah.
Self-titled. Has its own sound. I think that's all by itself.
Yeah.
Then the next two, You versus Them versus Me. Did I get that right? I always get that wrong.
Them versus You versus Me.
Yeah. And where am I going with this? And the next one after that was
Life Turns Electric.
Life Turns Electric. Have a very similar sound. And then I think on this album, you took all the other sounds and they're represented on this album.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we were where we were headed to in the music after Life Turns Electric was like, okay, it's sort of inherently and by natural currents going more commercial sounding, let's say.
Yeah.
And we're worrying about being on the radio, and then eventually we started writing this record, and we're like, wait, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? Like we just got on the boat that was going this way and decided to keep going that way, and so this time we were like, we don't even really want to go there. Like our ears we don't listen to radio rock. Like,
Yeah.
so why are we potentially pursuing that as a creative outlet? So we just decided, and it was never so far gone that we had lost sight of ourselves, but it just, because we're so close and we've known each other so long, you can see when it's starting to feel unnatural. It's like we're getting together, but everyone's sort of like,
well, you guys are high school
only half
band that's
half
gone on.
committed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did this when we had nothing, and so you can feel it when it starts to have something else in there. So we, on this record, decided, get that out of here. Like we're if this is going to succeed or fail, we still have to listen to it at the end of the day. So it better sound like something we would love to hear.
Yeah.
And so this new record, I think, has more of that mentality, which I think the results speak for themselves. It sounds a little more.
Yeah, the first time I heard it was at the Sound of Music.
Okay, yeah.
And you guys were just testing
with
the
Weezer?
waters.
Weezer?
With Weezer.
Yeah.
And that was rock solid.
Yeah, that was
looking
the other
forward to
thing that we knew, like, the songs that we did were very raw to what we play like and what we sound like, and it's a dangerous, slippery slope with production and studio. You can make a million tracks and make it all perfect, so you want to try that.
Yeah.
But eventually you start doing that as a process. Yeah. When really, what you really wanted to go in and be badass, and somebody record it, and that's it.
That's it.
I want to do it in one. Let's do it. And so this time around, that we made sure the songs, like, you saw us really early in the process of playing them live, but they already were like live songs, because we had sort of decided, no bells and whistles. Let's go simple. This is what we sound like.
Well, I won't take up too much of your time.
That's cool.
I want to pitch something to you.
Okay.
For the die-hard fans like myself.
Okay, yeah.
I know a lot of the bands like The Offspring, they're playing Smash in its entirety.
Okay, yeah.
I want to see, and I'm sure a lot of people do, but I don't know if you guys have ever discussed it, the Rainbow Butt Monkeys, Letters from Chutney, and Tip. So you're going to do, the Finger Butt Monkeys tour.
Okay. Well,
no, like, I'm just doing the better title than that.
Got a proctological, suggestive name. But,
or the Finger Butt Mandrills.
The album Tip is 25 years old next year, and so that there has been talk, at least for sure, one show here in Toronto that's going to be Tip from top to bottom.
Oh, can't wait.
At least one.
Yeah.
But we would hope to be able to do that a bunch of times, but that's definitely in our minds for next year's Tip.
Yeah.
As far as the Letters from Chutney, I don't know how.
Have you guys revisited that at all?
There is this very, like, under lock and key, a second version of Circles that we did.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 3 years ago now. That it turned out cool, but it
just doesn't fit.
It fit perfectly. It just sort of, you get this feeling of like, well, why?
Yeah.
The big question of why. Like,
we changed for a reason.
Like, Genesis, they did a song called The Carpet Crawlers, and they did a revamped version of it in like 2001 or something like that, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it was, Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins are older guys now. They obviously have different style than they did when they were in Genesis, when they made Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, but that applied to this old song was cool. It was like it was like Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel kind of thing.
Yeah.
But our roots are still so similar to when we were Rainbow Butt Monkeys that it didn't seem like sound like a symphony doing Circles. It just sounds like a rock band covering the song. It was like, well, we're kind of doing it too well. It doesn't sound like it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like we did that with a Faith No More cover too. We covered this song "Dig in the Grave."
Yeah,
and
I love
when it
Dig
was,
in the Grave.
oh, so do I.
Yeah.
That whole King for a Day record.
Yeah.
But when it was done, we had paid so much homage to the record, to the song, that it actually seemed like, why would we bother? This is just almost the same thing as the real one, but just not as good. We didn't bring any twist to it or anything. So I think, I mean, I think that's sort of
That's okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kinda
You
lost,
in
I
thought,
lost,
in
my, I
thought.
lost my train of thought.
Well, I just
there,
want to
but-
say best of luck on the
Yeah.
solo album too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
man.
I love the
Moon Boot
video.
Cocoon,
That's a neat video.
Yeah,
Was
thanks.
that was?
Well,
your
which video was that?
The one. It's got like a lot of moving parts to it. It's
Yeah, that was actually
that's-
the album cover of it. It's called Moon Boot Cocoon,
Yeah.
and so I like inspired by like the cover of Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
all
very-
standee cardboard standees. So me and my friend Rich built the set, and then we shot the album cover in there. And then while we were in there, we just decided to make
it's
a video.
Very cool. Very neat.
Yeah.
Well, I
So-
appreciate your time. Best of
Yeah.
luck on the solo project.
Thank you. And
The
okay,
Blackie
so one other
Jackets,
thing though. So Finger
yes?
11, there's
Yeah.
a song called "Not Gonna Be Afraid."
Yes.
And I spent the early part of this year, like 6 months, animating this video with my friend Rich.
Yeah.
And it's finally out now. But like, if this is an online thing,
Yeah,
like,
it will be.
I'm just looking for anywhere to spread it because
Yeah,
we worked really hard on it. I'm really, really, really proud
So
of
where can
how
they
it turned
find
out.
that? Where can they find
It's on YouTube at the Finger 11 channel.
Yeah.
It's on our Facebook and stuff like that. Not going to be afraid, but this is like I play guitar for a living, so
Yeah.
taking on the idea of like making an animated 4.5 minute thing was sort of like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
So we didn't really know what we were doing, but I think like I'm really proud of how it turned out, and I just hope a lot of people see it because it just
Definitely.
there's a lot of heart behind it.
I'll check it out in a few minutes on my phone.
All right, please do.
Thank you. I think that's the most amount of handshakes I've had in one interview.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
just
we're going
cut
for
them
the
all.
record. We're going for the record.
All right,
All
man.
right. Peace out, party people.